Okie dokie. In honor of this Holy Week and Holy Week next week, I have today a 1-star Amazon review from Maxine, Maxine, for Peeps Marshmallow Candy Bunnies Yellow. So Maxine's subject is 0 stars if that was an option.
Okay.
Yeah, we love that. Okay. And it's a verified purchase. And this is Maxine's 1-star Amazon review for Peeps Marshmallow Candy Bunnies Yellow. 2 issues. Hence the low score. 1. Way overpriced. $5? Seriously? These are 12 bunnies with a total weight of 3.38 ounces. Tiny little guys. I think they sell at a Target or Walmart for way under $2. My bad for purchasing them and not reading all info like I normally do. I bought 2 for $10 of net product weight of 6.78. So, doing the math, a pound of these things are over $20? Ridiculous. 2, they are basically marshmallows shaped like bunnies, dyed bright yellow, and then rolled in sugar. A lot of sugar. Extremely over-the-top sweet. Think taking a regular marshmallow, dampen it a little, and coat it in as much sugar as possible. Put 2 together, and that is essentially what one of these bunnies tastes like. Horrible. You could get the same effect by putting 2 large marshmallows in your mouth. Add a couple tablespoons of regular sugar in a shot glass and swallowing it. If, for some reason, you want these Peeps, go to any store, grocery, Target, etc., and I guarantee you they are not going to be over $2 a box. Probably closer to $1.50 to $1.75.
How did Maxine spell regular that we got that reading?
Regilar.
Oh, wow.
Regular.
Okay. Regular.
So I just want you to know that 2 people found this helpful. Mm-hmm. For inflation reasons, this was written March 9th of 2015. Okay. And today, the day of recording, I just did a little perusing. And if you go to Target.com,
yes,
Peeps Easter Blue Bunnies, 4.5 ounces, 12 count, is $2.19.
Oh, wow.
If you go to CVS at today, the time of recording, Peeps Yellow Marshmallow Bunnies, Easter Candy 8-piece, $2.19.
Okay. All right.
So it's all $2.19.
All right. So Maxine does have a point regarding the price.
Yes.
I'll give her that. I guess the part of the review where I got a little bit confused.
Is it the math talk?
Well, first of all, the math. The math was just like extra, but like so great. Like, again, Maxine's giving me very teacher vibes.
Yeah, algebra
right?
teacher.
Or teacher vibes, or like on some sort of extreme diet, or like on and off of some sort of extreme diet where they have one of those like food scales.
I was going to say a food scale, yeah.
Right? Because wow, like, or maybe they're like a candle maker. I don't know. They like clearly do something where they regularly, they're a chemistry teacher. They do something where they regularly have to measure things, because I thought that was hilarious when they broke down. Not only was it expensive, but by the price. But the part of the review that I'm kind of like, not so sure about is when we get into the description of the item itself.
Yeah, I want to ask you, have you ever had a Peep?
I've had a Peep, and I don't like Peeps. They are sugary marshmallows, right?
Yeah, correct.
But doesn't everybody that's buying a Peep know that it's a sugary marshmallow? Like, does anyone need to be told by Maxine?
Yeah, good question.
Is there anyone that's going to Amazon buying this product, like coming up upon this item, going like, I wonder what this, little
I would venture to say
is.
that if you are a Christian in the United States of America, if you don't know what a Peep tastes like, you probably cannot read and do not have a credit card and therefore do not have an account on Amazon to read
completely agree.
Maxine's description.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it should be like, even if there was a sense of humor in there and it was like, obviously we know that the taste is atrocious. It's basically 2 marshmallows and like a pound of sugar. Like, then I would have been like, okay, yeah. But the fact that Maxine was like, let me take you through the process of a Peep for a second, Right. Take 2 marshmallows, put them together, like dampen them a little bit, like just like so extreme.
Yeah, it's a whole
with
paragraph about their description of Peeps, right?
Yeah, which, like, I get it. We're doing due diligence. Usually that would be a plus. But in this situation on Amazon, I just don't buy it that somebody's going to go there and need Maxine's description. Anything else? Do you agree?
Yeah, no, totally agree. I'm curious, what do you think? Like, do you think that this, I guess I can sort of separate. Maxine is saying, okay, there's 2 issues here.
Yes.
It's horribly overpriced, and then it doesn't taste good.
Right.
But I feel like they're really saying, like, it's just marshmallows that are dampened with sugar. So
right.
Why are you paying so much? Like, it doesn't even seem like it's 2 issues. It seems like further evidence for the first issue that it's too expensive, which is what is confusing to me. Because
right.
you're saying, like, why are you paying $5 for a wet marshmallow that has sugar on it?
Right. But it's like, if you felt so averse to the product, then why did you go on Amazon and look up Peeps and purchase them blindly in the first place? Like, clearly you knew what you were getting into.
Well, I do feel like part of Amazon is the convenience. Like,
well,
so
that's why I'm
maybe,
saying, like,
yeah.
I think, like, if I was like, oh, shoot, Easter's right around the corner, and I need to get Peeps for my kids when they get home from school because all their friends are going to have Peeps, and I don't want to be the mom without the Peeps, and I need it by tomorrow and I'm busy, then I'm going to go on Amazon and buy them. Like,
right.
I do think it is out of control, the price gouging. I will give Maxine that. Like, I really think Amazon should be doing something to regulate these prices so that Joe Schmo can't just go to the dollar store and buy a bunch of Peeps and resell them on Amazon for $10 a pop. Like, I do think that is ridiculous, and I hear Maxine there.
Yeah, I wonder what day Easter fell. Because in 2015, because March 9th, I just think of Easter. I mean, I guess even,
Yeah, well, it could also be like a pre-Easter thing. Like, maybe, like,
right.
We're stretching out Easter.
But in my mind, like, I do feel like we always had Peeps in our little Easter baskets in the morning of Easter.
Right.
So it does sort of feel like a staple. So the price gouging, which does show up in a lot of reviews I found on Amazon, people are really outraged by the price. But I do also think, like, this is a company that has a product that is only sold like one time of the year.
Right.
They obviously have branched out and they have like lines of things, but it is like, this is an Easter product. So I sort of give it a pass that it's like, okay, well, if they can only sell it this time of year. But I also think I do think of you just buying it in the checkout line at CVS. Like, I don't think of it as like,
it's like an impulse buy.
Well, I just think it is sort of like, it's like candy canes. Like, you're just going to buy them at a grocery store or something. But I don't know if I want to like feel so bad for the Peeps company. And the reason is I'm sure that it's some larger conglomerate, right, that makes Peeps. It must be. I'm sure that someone has purchased it by this point.
Exactly.
I mean, it does feel to me like something about Maxine declaring that they are certain how much a box is supposed to be elsewhere. And then at the end, they're like, I'm pretty sure it's 25 cents cheaper than what I'm saying. Just all of that feels a little shady.
Are you sure?
Like,
are you not sure?
Yeah, I don't know that I trust. I mean, I think I trust. I don't know. I am split about Maxine, but ultimately it feels a little like Why are you so mad about this? Like,
Well, I know why Maxine is mad.
Why?
I just think that based on the review, the actual narrative is that Maxine went on in a hurry, ordered some
That's
Peeps,
Maxine's fault. Not
had them
Peeps, but
delivered,
keep going.
ordered them, didn't bother to look at the price, got them at home, was then like going through her Amazon purchases, saw how much she paid, and was like upset about it, was upset, and decided to write this review. Like, I'm sorry, there is a little bit of responsibility here to Maxine. Now, where's the value? I guess if I was somebody else that was going to go buy this product and I hadn't looked at the price and then I read Maxine's review, I might then be like, oh, shoot, she's right. I'm not going to pay that much for this when I can get it at CVS.
I hear that.
Yeah,
that's
there,
actually true.
There is value there, but I think that the passion that's coming from Maxine is really because they were swindled almost by themselves,
By their schedule, yeah.
Yeah, by like not paying attention. It was like this was the hard lesson that Maxine had to learn about just assuming that a product like Peeps has a universal price and not bothering to look and see what it was that this particular seller was charging the Peeps, what this particular seller was pricing out these Peeps at. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, do you think that this would be a deal breaker for you?
No, and I don't think it'll be a deal breaker for anybody looking at this. I think that, again, a normal person would look at the price. So if it was going to be a deal breaker for them, they would just look at the product page, say, I'm not going to pay for this, and move on. Like, I don't think anybody is on the fence going to Amazon looking for Peeps in the first place and then going to look in the reviews and then, going to have Maxine really sway them one way or the other. I mean, like you said, there were people that said it was useful. So maybe we're wrong. Those two people.
And this was written in 2015.
Okay. All right. But that's still like a couple people had to go and like tick that box for Maxine. Yeah. So somebody did. But it's hard with these kind of reviews on Amazon. We've gone through this before, but it's like, I mean, obviously like the Nair Santino. But a lot of times when you have these generic brands or whatever it is, these things that everybody knows, and you're just getting them on Amazon, you're not looking at the reviews. You know what you're getting. The only reason I started looking at the reviews is because a lot of times there's been that fake issue lately.
The fake stuff, yeah.
So I would read the reviews to make sure that this was an authentic product, I guess. But other than that, I don't think anybody's being swayed by the taste debacle. And the price is a little bit Maxine's fault.
Yeah, I mean, the spelling and grammar is pretty great here, other than that one.
Other than regular, whatever it is.
And every time, it is interesting, every time they have the word bunnies, it's a capital B.
They're talking about capital B bunnies here, okay? Let's not get it confused.
I mean, I feel like I could crown this. How are you feeling?
I think I can crown Maxine.
Okay. So Chelsey and I each have our own set of 0 to 5 crown cards. In an effort to be fair and not influence one another, we will simultaneously reveal our rating.
The queens are tabulating. Total score.
Okay, I'm holding up 1.5 crowns. Trey is holding up 2 crowns. I'll go first. 1.5 crowns just because I agree with Maxine. Price is outrageous, and I don't think we should be charging this much for a product like this. But other than that, all the points I made during the breaking down of the review still stand, and I don't know how valuable this review is. So that's why I gave Maxine 1.5 crowns. Why 2 crowns from you?
I almost did 1.5 and I changed it last second, but I did 2 because ultimately Maxine's knowledge of math sort of tips it over for me. I just think like they did
tips
a lot
the scales.
It tips the ounces here for me with the crown. I think it is sort of like, I don't care about your description of the Peeps, but I do think the ounces per pound per dollar is an interesting point.
Sure.
But ultimately, if I'm going to buy Peeps, I don't care about like Maxine's, breakdown, but
yes,
not totally a deal breaker. So that's why I said 2 crowns.
Okay, fair.
Baby,